人除了把他的小孩送到美国去，很少数的送到欧洲去，要不然送到新加坡，另外一个很多人送去的就是澳洲。但请注意，澳洲不再是一个欢迎移民的国家之外，它连学生申请签证现在都变严格了。澳洲也加入了全世界反移民的极右派的风潮。所有的人可能，即使你申请到了，即使你移民到那里，你要注意当地的人可能很不欢迎你。
A record 510,000 people came to Australia from June 2022 to June this year. So the annual migration numbers have boosted dramatically. Sounds like good news, right? Well, it isn't. As they say, be careful what you wish for. And that's exactly what's playing out in Australia. Record level migration is putting pressure on the housing market, which has already become a growing crisis. Rents are skyrocketing, growing at their fastest rates in decades. They've increased by 7.6% in a year, the highest since 2009. Homelessness is also on the rise in the country. There's a cost of living crunch, and inflation is stubbornly high.
But it's not just about numbers. It's not just about this moment and the experience of migration our country is having at this time. This is about Australia's future. We've got some really big national challenges that we face as a country.
2022年才扩大移民申请合可人数的澳洲，1年后却又决定把移民大门关小，希望改变种植而非种树的局面。
It wants a clampdown on migration. The Australian government says it will halve the migration intake within 2 years. If all goes according to plan, then migration will drop to 375,000 in 2024 and 250,000 by 2025, which will be roughly in line with the pre-pandemic levels in the country.
We are going to make sure that we bring numbers back under control, that we build a better planned system around essential things like housing, and perhaps most importantly of all, that we build a program that delivers for the national interest.
在过去1年里，国际学生的数量急剧增加。数据显示，2023年澳洲共核准了51万4千个学生签证，相形之下，2022年仅核准了31万5千个。此外，目前在澳洲约有100万人持有学生签证或485签证。为了确保学生入境是真的为了学习，阻止境内跳迁，以遏制在澳洲长期临时生活的移民人数，澳洲政府也对国际学生提出了新对策。
To curb temporary migration levels, fewer international students will be given visas, and they'll be required to demonstrate stronger English language skills. Dodgy education providers will face more scrutiny, so too will students applying for multiple visas.
What we have seen with students who are struggling with their English is that they are at much higher risk of exploitation.
澳洲是目前世界上劳动力最紧张的国家之一，工党政府长期依赖移民供应人力所需，收紧移民政策相当于一把双面刃。
Australia may be struggling under the burden of a lot of migrants, but it's still short of skilled workers. So with tougher migration rules, how will the country attract them? Cue the Skills in Demand visa. This is a new specialist visa. It's set to be brought in by next year. Essentially, it will speed up the entry of highly skilled workers in Australia. The processing time will be set at 1 week, which will pave the road to permanent residency. For now, the Skills in Demand visa is still under the works. But if all goes well, it will help rope in the skilled workers Australia needs, while other migration policies will reduce the burden on the country.
We have a plan to fix migration by ensuring Australia can get the skilled workers that Australia needs, but putting an end to any abuse and any rorts.
According to reports, Australia's immigration process is badly broken. It's unnecessarily complex, slow, and inefficient. So, could this be the reform it desperately needs? To use a cliché, only time will tell.
我们以为这个世界文明是会往前走的，但是它是倒退的。我们以为我们会从历史里头学到教训，但历史学家早就告诉你，人类 对历史的最重要的教训就是从来不会学会教训。我们又回到了极端主义的年代，回到了那个反移民，而且非常的强调种族主义的时代，并且相信战争。这个都是属于2次世界大战之前整个人类的风潮，1次世界大战之前人类的风潮，也是冷战时期人类的风潮。我们聚集了3场，有的是实质的世界大战，有的虽然没有形成战争，一种对抗的情绪在我们年代里头和平不在。谢谢你收看今天文茜的世界周报跟文茜的世界周报欧洲版，我们明天见，拜拜。